Are we live here? What's going on?
I don't know. Feeling better?
Yes.
Nobody
Chris, you're the only one here? Back from the dead. Something I ate or my granddaughter was puking yesterday. So evidently, I don't know, either food poison or I got something from her.
He's alive, yeah. Tony's alive. What did I miss?
I think I got a slight touch of food poison.
Tony got a little sick while he was on.
I had the sweats. I was like, oof, I'm going to toss my cookies on. And it's like,
You okay?
If you've never done this, that's not something you want to do. You don't want to be thrown up on, live stream. So I took a nice hot shower. I felt compelled to take a shower, so I did. I took a nice hot shower and drank some. She made me drink some Pepto-Bismol, and I think I feel okay, kind of. But I just want to come back and let you guys know I'm not dead.
Yeah, Buff was upset.
Yeah, Buff was like, you're having a stroke. I went, no, I'm not having a stroke.
He called though. That was really nice.
He called, yeah. Yeah, I love you guys. I really do. So yeah, I think I'm okay. I just wanted to pop back on here for a few minutes, and
say that you're alive.
Say that I'm alive.
It would have been somebody would have made a video about it. Did you see UTG?
UTG died
on the live stream.
On the live stream. We killed him.
Yeah, he's all right.
Ah, man. Yeah, so my problem, one of the problems is, seriously, I'm not a puker, okay? So it's like I've puked maybe half a dozen times in my entire life, and if I try to puke, it might
people don't want to know. Well, Too much information. That's not what they come to our lives for.
Even DD's channel had some concerns with UTG kicking the butt. I'm so alive, and I'm feeling so hot, but I'm so alive.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. You must not drink. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
I know.
No. No, we're here for the details, Peter Kovac says.
Prone to vertigo, yeah.
That's right.
Very prone to vertigo.
All right, so you're okay. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
How you feeling now?
Like I want to go lay down.
Yeah? Okay. But you wanted to make sure that everybody knew that,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Zero wants to know which car he won.
Yeah, but I'm glad you're okay.
Zero, you come, listen.
Wait a minute.
When I drop, right, it's a free-for-all.
Okay? No, it's not. We're happy that Jules is set. Yeah, Harry's got it too. He says he's a little off kilter. See legs.
Yeah, I ate. Okay, I was starving this afternoon. I ran a Taco Bell. I got some.
I think it was the Taco Bell. Right? To tell you the truth.
No, it definitely wasn't the Taco Bell. So I got a couple of naked chicken chalupas for lunch, and then we had steaks. So I threw some steaks on the grill. The grandkids came over. So right after I ate, I just wasn't feeling so hot. It's like, okay, I'm not quite right. And we started the live feed, and I still wasn't not quite right. And she gave me coffee. And I drank a cup of coffee, and right after that, I was like, I had the sweats, and I was like, I gotta do
it. If your stomach isn't well, drinking coffee is not the best thing. Good time to give away stickers. I might have a chance now. Zero, why are you praying for earthquakes? Oh, payback from reversing all those pistons.
That's right. That's one of the side effects of turning the pistons around on the board is having agita.
While you're on live.
While you're doing a live.
Oh, so what are you going to do? You're going to answer a couple questions? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, we're here. Mitten lead muscle.
Let's see.
Since this pandemic started, I've noticed food quality has dropped. Gotta watch it. You may be onto something.
You know what? We had steak tonight, and it was stuff that his mom had sent from QVC for his birthday. So it came in the mail. So one of them might have been off because I feel okay. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad fuel in your tank. Let's see. Read me the stickers again, please. Very funny, David Sr. Hilarious.
Male steaks.
Yeah, male steaks. Well, she buys everything from QVC. I don't know. You okay? Sometimes the dry age doesn't ship well. I don't know.
That's a possibility. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, really, it could be. I'm a little
Yeah, but you're
okay.
always like that.
I'm always like that. Yeah, I have stomach problems. Did you resurrect from illness? John Wilbur wants to know.
I'm still kind of down right now.
He's all right. He's all right.
Before, right? I had to sweat.
I saw it. I was sitting next to you like,
I'm trying to read questions and I'm trying to answer questions and it's like, you know? So, yeah, I feel much better now.
See, the Pepto-Bismol helps. I told you. Can we have a Cam and Plan Z at Slanting Nationals?
Probably. Talk to the production crew.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I didn't tell them what happened.
About what?
I bought, for taking Bottle Rocket out, okay. I bought a GoPro. And the freaking battery wouldn't charge. It was a brand new GoPro. I couldn't get the thing to charge for 3 days. I tried to charge this freaking thing. I was like, this is a piece of garbage. I'm bringing it back to the store. And by the time I realized it was never going to charge, it was defective, the next day we were going to the track. So I didn't have time to go do something else. But yes, we will try and get more cameras. That's on the list of things to do. We actually did it, but we got a defective one. So I was not happy with GoPro, to tell you the truth.
Bastards at GoPro.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of having something that can't be charged? Let's see. Yep, Pepto-Bismol. It's my favorite thing. New football place kicker who would drink a bottle of Pepto-Bismol before every game. I take it wherever I go.
She drinks it all the time. She guzzles it.
I guzzle it.
That's like her Pepsi.
Andrew Button is back.
All right.
Let's see.
My work here is complete.
Wilbur man, so a meme. Meanwhile, at Taco Bell, it showed a toilet, and on the wall, at least 10 toilet paper dispensers.
No, it definitely wasn't Taco Bell.
You had the chicken. It was chicken.
Yeah, the naked chicken chalupas. Delicious. Have you had the naked chicken chalupa? I don't want to talk about food now.
Yeah, don't talk about food. Michael says, hey, Tony, I have a question. I have
71 gears.
Okay. In my 79 F100. It's stupid tall, but I'd like to manual swap it and make it more of a hot rod like your sweet rods. Do you think it would work? Thanks.
Well, sure, but you should be able to swap gears, you know? It's hard to have a sweet running ride with 270 gears. Like 290s are like, you know, the outer limits of like, you know, get like a 303 320 gear in there and manual swap it, and then you'll have some fun with the thing.
Here, you want to answer this?
Sure. Has the Baby Bottle Rocket project been canceled? No, not at all. I'm waiting on parts for it now. But we were changing the lower controller bushings, and I'm swapping over to from the disc brakes to the drum brakes. And we're going to do a whole video on that. So hopefully I have the parts later on this week, and within the next week or two, we'll get back out to the track.
Oh, Wendy says she gets the pills. She can't drink the pink stuff. I drink that stuff like water.
She does. I'm telling you.
I carry it around with me. You'll see me eventually out in public guzzling Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, that's her thing.
Let's see. Taco Bell is grade F dog food. Is grade D. Oh no. Well, you didn't eat the beef. You had chicken.
Yeah, Taco Bell, their filler for their beef is soy. It's unfermented soy. So, like, if you're a guy, you eat a lot of Taco Bell, and suddenly you're growing tits, you know what? But it's true.
Oh no. Michael says, thanks. Celia just had it rebuilt. I guess my main concern is just having it not stall out easy. I wish I did more research before sending it to the shop. Let's see. Watch GoPros in the cold weather. I film for a living and the batteries are absolute garbage. It was complete garbage. He's saying when it's cold out. No, mine was garbage from the minute I bought it. It wouldn't freaking charge. Most batteries are, but especially GoPro. Yeah, so what is the sense of freaking having them if they can't work out
Let's
in
get
the
the
field?
electric cars going.
What?
I'm saying they can't make GoPro batteries. How about electric cars?
Right, yeah, seriously. Let's see. Bruce W. wants to know, hey, what makes those late B bodies so heavy? It can't just be the Corinthian leather seats.
Yeah, it's one of those cumulative things. It's just they added a little extra sound editing here, a little extra insulation there, a little piece of trim here, a little extra bit there. And it just all adds up. And those cars typically scale at around 4,000 pounds.
That's it, Michael. Any more on the modern Hemi builds?
Once Kiwi's got his act together and calls me up and says, "Yeah, we're back on his project there. Yeah, we'll get right back on that motor." It's just sitting there.
Okay, Jason Fitch. Yeah, my stomach is my biggest problem. Yeah, I used to have it until he cut the wheat. Huge difference. I did it once, and I felt so much better.
Jason, I did that whole. This is going back probably about 10 years ago now, right? And I got up to 200. 200 pounds is like my max. So 200 is my heavy weight, 180 is my light weight. I generally stay right in the 190 range. So I had gotten like just over 200 pounds. So I cut out, this is like about 10 years ago.
We both did it together, yeah.
Yeah, I cut out anything that wasn't meat. All I ate was just meat for a month. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days.
But you felt better?
I felt great.
Yeah, I felt really good.
My problem is I'm a foodie, right? And I love different breads and all this other shit. So it's like, it's a little bit of a sacrifice. But I know if I have to lose the weight, I can lose it that way. Some people are much more susceptible, and some people have a gluten intolerance, whatever it is. And yeah, if you cut out wheat, it changes your whole metabolism.
Bioengineered food is undigestible. Probably. How is it down in Tennessee? How is it here, Tony?
It's awesome.
It was hot today.
It's awesome.
I complained all day.
This was like the first real thing of
it was really
summer.
freaking hot.
Yeah.
E-Fog says, glad you're good now.
Yeah, not quite, but...
You all right?
Yeah.
He says, I dropped about 30 when I changed up my diet. Stuck without because of how much better I felt. Yeah.
I mean, I usually feel pretty good. I mean, for a guy my age, I have like no problems. You know what I mean? I'm just, other than like I've got arthritis from head to toe, but that's because I've broken everything from head to toe. But I mean, like as far as like the systems, you know what I mean? My stomach and all this other shit, I'm 1,000%.
What is your favorite power to weight ratio to drive?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Are there any Italians in Tennessee?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. A couple. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's GMO. Tony, you've mentioned that you do like Ford FEUs in a previous video. Wait, it's scrolling up on me. Sorry. One of the big quirks is the push rods going through the intake manifold. Have you ever heard why it was designed like that?
Well, if you're not familiar with FEs, right, it's only engineer we're going to see like this. The head is actually cut in half, right? Well, not quite half, but half the valve cover covers the intake manifold, the other half covers the head. And the only reason I can think of that they would do that is to be able to service the cylinder head in the car conveniently. I don't know what it's a really weird design quirk thing in those engines. I don't know, what they were thinking. I also don't know why they routed the main oil galley behind the cam bearing. And why? Why would you do that? They gouged out a section behind the cam bearing for the oil to get to the mains. It makes no sense, but.
Andy, did David Vizarres get the piston flipping data from a dyno test?
He said he ran dyno tests on a Cosworth and on a Pinto. Both of them were 4 cylinders. And one of them picked up 6 horsepower, the other one picked up 7 horsepower. That being the only change. So, but we're gonna have him on as a guest. We'll do a whole show with him sometime this week. I'm going to set up with him on Tuesday and find out when his schedule is convenient for him, and we'll have him on, and he can explain everything that he told me on the phone.
Uncle Jim says, again, old school guys don't miss out.
I'm back, right? I'm back. I want to be laying down, curled up in a ball right now, but I'm back.
Are you okay?
Just to prove to everybody I'm not dead. And Buff, I'm not having a stroke. I love you, Buff. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Buff. We appreciate that. Let's see. John Wilburn says Bizarre is legit.
Yeah, he wrote the books. Literally, he wrote the books.
Let's see. What's your favorite Australian Mopar?
I don't have one because we're so unfamiliar with them here. We had nothing that you guys had over there. I don't know anything about Australian Mopars.
John Woodworth says he thinks he'll wait for Holdner's dyno tests.
Let's see what he comes up with. Me personally, I don't care either way. It's funny how this debate is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I come from the ultimate mountaintop of really not caring. The way I see it is, and I've explained this before, it's an advantage. Is it a high horsepower advantage? Joe Sherman says it's worth 25 horsepower on a small block Ford. I don't know. Other people say it's worth absolutely 0. I don't know. What I do know is that it's an advantage. And when I'm putting an engine together for myself, when I'm putting any engine together, I look for every advantage. So if I have a bunch of rocker arms, I'll go through all the rocker arms. I'll find the ones that are the lightest. I'll find the ones that have, just a little bit of extra edge as far as lift goes. Right? If I'm building an engine, I'm speccing an engine out, I go for those little extra clearances. I build the cylinder walls just a little bit bigger. The little bit extra bearing clearance. You know what I mean? I do all of these little things during the course of building an engine. That they all add up. Like for instance, okay, perfect example. Okay, when I'm putting a water pump on one of my motors, right? I'll always dress down. If I've got time, if I'm it's a project engine. It's not something I'm slamming together. Oh, hurry up! We got to get this thing to the store, right? But if it's an engine that I'm building for myself and I care about this engine, when I put the water pump on it, right, I'll dress down all of the sharp edges on the water pump impeller blades. I'll trim them back. Little things like that, and I do this through the whole engine. I take out all the casting flash that's there. I'll paint the inside of them just so that the oil can run down smoother, right? So it's all of these little things that I do that in and of themselves, I don't expect them to make any horsepower, but I expect when you stack all of those differences, that's where the power is. And I'm telling you, when you take an engine and you've done nothing but go through it and optimize every little bit of it, on an otherwise completely stock engine, you get 50, 75 horsepower out of one. That's what stock limited guys do. That's how they make as much power as they do. So the piston flipping is exactly that. Does it make no horsepower? I don't know. I don't care. Does it make 100 horsepower? I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to turn them around backwards because there's an advantage there. And that's how I view it. Everybody else is making this numbers thing out of it. I never once, you go back, watch any video that we've ever done on this subject from the very beginning of this, I have never once made any sort of claim as to a horsepower number. All I ever said is that it's an advantage. Does that make any sense? I mean, I've even antique engines for clickbait. Well, you know what, bro? I mean, I do a video on antique engines and I get 40, 50, 60, 70,000 fucking views. We did a polyhead. I did a video on polyhead engines, polyspheres. They got 500,000 views.
People are interested in it.
So, you know what I mean? So, listen, clickbait or not, antique or not, this is something that people are interested in. So, we do videos on.
Andy, is there a certain piston top that aids in the benefit of flipping pistons?
Not that I could think of, Andy. I never looked that far into it. When I'm rebuilding an engine with stock style pistons, meaning no dome, okay? And it doesn't matter whether it's a cast piston, a forged piston, or if it has an offset, if the pin is offset, I put it in backwards. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Again, valve release are an issue. If you're dealing with something that's got a tall dome, big lift cam, where and cam timing where you know it's a critical fuck, then no, you don't flip the pistons around, okay? But if you're dealing with a flat top piston, and it doesn't matter if it's a new piston or an old piston, it doesn't matter if it's a standard bore, 30 over, 60 over, it doesn't make any difference, right? Ford, Chevy, Mopar, whatever happens to be, turn the motherfucker around. Take the advantage of that thing.
JR says he thinks that the poly video got it because of the thumbnail. Those views because of the thumbnail.
That's not the poly video I'm talking about. We did one probably 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this summer.
That was the valve cover?
It was called, no, he's talking about the 323.
They were both valve covers.
He's talking about the one that says 323.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
That's not the video I'm talking about. The video I'm talking about was
2 years ago.
2 years ago. It was called, I think it was called the engine Chrysler should have developed.
Yeah.
Right. And the thumbnail was a polyhead valve cover. It's just 318, whatever it is, right? So that video got like 8 million views.
Dude, you're back. What the?
Yeah.
He feels better. A little bit.
Not quite 100%, but I didn't want to just like cut out on you guys that way.
Okay. Ethan, how do you find good project cars? Usually the stuff I find is unsalvageable or really expensive and already restored or a rest on that.
I don't find good project cars. I find junk.
Yeah.
And I turn it into a good project car.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like the Swinger was complete and total junk. There was nothing there.
Yeah, it was a bare unibody.
It was a bare unibody.
If you gave me a good project car to start with, I would have no idea what to do with it.
Oh, Michael says, Tony, your video from this morning with the two young guys is brilliant. I can't wait for more.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Austin's like all in, you know. We did that carburetor thing, and he's stoked. He wants to get the car to track. He wants to learn. He's never done a burnout, you know. Which like for guys like like me, you can't even comprehend that, you know. But no, it's the truth. He's never done a burnout, and his friend Garrett, great guy. There's two of them. I could spend all day around those guys. They're just fantastic. They got such great energy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I want to see where it'll go. I have no idea where it's going to go, you know. But we're going to go there and see what happens.
Peter Kovacs wants to know, who do you think has the edge in the upcoming drag video?
Oh, between I don't know. It's similar car weights, similar engines, similar modifications. I don't know. If Garrett doesn't change the rear, then the Fury's got the edge because it's got a 323 gear. If Garrett changes the rear, then flip a coin.
Okay, help Andy here. What you're saying doesn't totally make sense because you're contradicting yourself a little. You said you don't know if it makes power but has an advantage. Contradiction?
Well, how is that a contradiction? I can't quantify how much power it makes. I can tell you from the seat of my pants, after doing this for my entire life, okay? Thousands, tens of thousands of runs. How many passes do you figure I've made in my life?
I know lots.
Okay, tens of thousands of runs on my belt, right? I mean, you gotta understand, right? Doing this for a long time. You guys know me for this much time on YouTube, right? I've been doing this for a long time. And I can tell you from the seat of my pants, which is a very well-tuned device.
Your butt.
My butt is an extremely accurate dyno. And I can tell you that it absolutely makes a difference. How much of a difference? I don't know. But I've never attempted to quantify it. I have never assigned a number to it. Something that gives an advantage isn't always quantifiable. It's like stacking tolerances. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you go to the big edge of every clearance, every tolerance, you end up with something that doesn't fit, right? So it's like stacking advantages gives you an overall package that will make power. Blocking off the intake manifold heat, right? How much power does it make? Fuck if I know. Is it an advantage? Of course it is, right? Putting a thinner oil in, right? How much horsepower is putting a thinner oil in? Fuck if I know. Is it an advantage? Of course it is. Takes less horsepower to turn.
John Wilburn says, not all advantages are power. Look at the accelerator pump.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Now, if you wanted to, so if you wanted me to assign a number to it, right? What I think it's worth. The truth of the matter is, I think it's worth more than anybody is speculating. That's what I think, right? But I couldn't assign an actual number. But if it isn't, would I change my position? No, because it's still an advantage. It's part of that stacking of advantages that gives you a well-functioning engine.
Let's see. Hang on, guys. He's saying two double agents. No, I don't know. I think he's genuinely asking questions. That Andy is genuinely asking questions. Okay, welcome back. Let's smash the like button. Thank you.
Back from the dead.
You feel all right now? You okay?
I still feel like I gotta puke.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's not as bad.
Are you sweating?
No. If you see me sweating, you know it's almost hot.
Do you want more Pepto-Bismol?
No.
World Skipper wants to know, what are your thoughts about hybrids and fully electric vehicles being pushed into the market? I feel like when I tell kids about gassing up in a few decades, I'll sound like such a dinosaur.
I don't think it's going to go that far. I think they can push and push and push and push and push. I don't think the general public is going to buy it. It's that simple. There's just too much convenience with a gasoline-powered engine. And it's that simple.
They can just force it.
They can't force it. The market will not. The market. You can't dictate the demands of the market. Not on a big scale like that.
Let's see. Can you convince your buddy with the Buick to put a 300 in it so I can copy all of your steps on my car?
Jump in on Wednesday night when we do the show at his place, and you can convince him yourself.
Excuse me. Let's see. Someone's asking what this channel is about. Cars. It's about cars.
And vomiting.
Tony's not feeling well tonight, but it's mostly about cars.
Sometimes we talk about floor coverings.
Not really.
Yeah. Linoleum,
we do.
Oak, tile, ceramic
No, we
tile.
talk about cars. World Skipper says, I don't think the market is demanding it. I think what will end up happening is government will force it. Even before batteries are more viable than gas, they may prohibit combustion engines. Do you think that they'll do that?
They could do that, and it'll just drive the cost of used internal combustion engines through the roof. and there'll be some automaker somewhere in the world that will take advantage of the void in, that these companies that are like Volvo always say they're going to be all electric by whatever it's like 2030, whatever the hell it is. They're shooting themselves in the foot. There's just no way. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. There are too many drawbacks to electric vehicles in the bigger picture. Okay, I think they're decent city cars. You know what I'm saying? They're good in a small number. I think as long as they don't take up any more than, let's say, 8 or 10% of the overall automotive, they're only like 2%. Yeah, you got to realize that, or less. I think if the percentage stays low, that they're a good addition. I have nothing against electric. Like, what I mean? It doesn't, right? But to try to replace the internal combustion engine with electric, no, it cannot happen. It's not going to happen. Just the fact that you can't power all of these things, it's not going to happen. It's like California. They got brownouts, they got rolling blackouts because they can't produce enough electricity to keep up with the demand of just regular everyday life with the air conditioning. Now, what do you do when fucking 11 million people plug in everything? It's not going to happen. I don't care what anybody says.
Corey Houston. Rear end gear recommendations for Chrysler 8.25 behind 318, A833 4-speed.
Watch that one because I shattered. I mean, that's what I had. The 318 with 833, and I destroyed that thing. So if you're going to dead hook that, no, I'm serious now, right? If it's a street car and it's going to like kind of spin away easily off the start line, then don't worry about it. But if you're going to put like a drag radial on it and like dead hook it, do not use that rear. Okay. I learned the hard way. Do not use that rear.
Okay. What are your thoughts on electric powered vehicles for being generators for homes? Ford claims 3 days.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, electricity is electricity. I guess. It doesn't really matter where it comes from. I'll tell you the biggest problem you're going to have with electric cars is safety, right? Because when these things go off, right, they go off. That's the one thing that nobody's really talking about, okay? But I know that there's one fire department in California where there's a high percentage of electric vehicles, in produced. They ordered like half a dozen of these containment devices that it looks like a giant dumpster, okay? So when one of these cars has an accident, they have to put it in this container until the batteries are drawn down because they'll catch fire again. You put it out, and then like a couple hours later, a day later, 2 days later, the shit goes up in flames again. So they have these devices. And then the other thing is that they're all electric. Everything is electric, okay? So let's just say you have an accident with one of these things and it ruptures the cells. You get a dead short. You can't get out of the car. The door's locked. You ain't gonna be able to open a fucking door. You're gonna roast in there, and there's no way to put it out. There was just a fire. They just had a fire in California. Okay, so here's electric cars. Okay, everybody talks about, electric cars will be everywhere, right? No. Here's why electric cars won't be everywhere, right? 2 weeks ago in California, there were two people sitting in a Tesla, okay? One was in the passenger seat, one was in the back seat. I guess they were waiting for the driver, okay? This thing didn't have the automatic driving thing. It wasn't programmed into it, all right? But this shit took off on its own. It crashed into something. It burst into flames. It killed both of the people in there. And then the fire department came, and it took them 32,000 gallons of water to put it out. 32,000 gallons of water to put out one car. Now, you want to have millions of these things? You want to have this is going to be all over the... No, I'm sorry. That is not going to happen.
Let's see. Merwin wants to know if you're collaborating with Derek at Ice Grip.
Derek and I actually talked on the phone a couple of days ago, and there's a possibility we may do something. He has a car that we may do something on.
Let's see.
Derek, by the way, is a great guy. I mean, he is 1,000% great guy.
Are you feeling better, Uncle Tony? You feeling better?
I felt better than I did,
But you're not
but not
feeling
as good
better.
as I should.
ET's nauseous. Got too close to Freiburger's sandal. No.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no. Let's see. All right, here, you need to answer this. Do you accept visitors at the new shop?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I've had people come by, and you don't understand. I'm very grateful for the recognition. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful. But, like, for instance, I had somebody come by the other morning. They were there when I got to the
He's
shop.
probably watching right now.
So you gotta understand something, right?
He's watching right now.
When I'm working, I'm in work mode. Okay, I'm in work mode. So, like, I wake up in the morning. I wake up like 5 or thereabouts. Okay, 5:30, like that. And the instant I open my eyes, I'm like, I gotta get to the shop. I gotta get to work, right? So I get out of the house as fast as I mop up dog piss, and I run out of the house as fast as I can. Okay, I get my car, I get my coffee, and I get to the shop as fast as I can because I need to get to work on my stuff. I gotta work on my stuff, right? 2 days in a row last week, I had somebody there waiting for me when I got there at the shop, early in the morning. So yes, I'm grateful to see them. I'm grateful to meet them and talk about everything else. But it totally takes me off my mission. So
Gideon is saying, "Yep, I knew you'd be busy. I made a trip out of it. No worries."
Oh, Gideon, yeah, I enjoy. And thank you for that. That neon sign was awesome. Thank you, and the flag from your brother. And I really do enjoy talking. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoyed meeting you. But like I said, it takes me off my purpose. And like what happens is like it happens once in a while, right? But if it becomes like a regular thing, it's like I don't want to get to the point that I gotta hide. You know what I'm saying?
Because you do have to do work, and if we're filming, we can't get interrupted if we have the camera rolling.
Yeah. Honestly, okay, so she's my witness. Okay, here's my witness right here, right? I work 18 hours a day. If I'm awake, I'm working. Okay, like right now, I'm working. This is my work. This is my job. This is what I do. I'll go to sleep. I wake up. And boom, I go to work. I'll stop. I'll eat and work, and then I go back to the shop and I work some more. And it's like
you're sick and you're working right now.
There's something wrong with me.
There's
okay?
something wrong.
There's something wrong with me. you can ask her. And this is. I've always been like this. I've crashed motorcycles. I had where they wanted to send me to a burn unit, and I went back to the shop to do a starter. Right. So it's like I you know what I mean. I don't. I'm a workaholic. I'm a sick, deranged workaholic, and I'm really not good at small talk. Like I'm really not good at chit chat. You know what I mean? A lot of people are great with chit chat. They want to sit and they want to, and I can't. I just can't. I'm like, is this conversation going to lead to some sort of breakthrough?
Breakthrough revelation.
Is this conversation going to lead to like some kind of revelation I've never had before? Because if it isn't, I got to get to work.
Uncle Tony is work-tarded.
Oh, I am. But I believe that that's the purpose of life.
Well, I get a kick out of people that say that you're lazy.
Oh, please. No, I'm being honest. I honestly do believe that work is the purpose of life. People are like, well, what's the meaning of life, right? And the meaning of life is to work, right? We're built to work, and work means all different things to all different people. To a housewife, work is being a mommy, taking care of the house and stuff like that. If you're a writer, you're a fucking poet, whatever happens, work is sitting under a tree and doing blah, 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 right? So, and I'm a mechanic. So work to me is I get out there and I turn my fucking wrenches. So it's like, if you ask me what the meaning of life is, the meaning of life is to work and then to pass the fruits of your labor on to, the next generation so they can work,
Yeah.
You think about it, right? Your body, okay, your body. It's the cliche, okay? It's a cliche. People fucking retire at 65, and then they drop dead. Like, you ever see somebody who who's like, you know this guy for a long time, forever, okay? And they work and they're like their regular selves, and like, they go, and then they retire, and then you see them a year or two after they retire, and they got a gut, and they're all hunched over, and they just like, right? Because your body says, well, I'm not needed anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, just shut this thing down so the next organism can take over. So as long as you keep working, look at Garland's. Regardless of what, he's 90 fucking years old now, whatever it is. Okay, he's a fanatical workaholic like I am. You know, and he's always in a shop. He's always doing something. He's always cranking. And he's like fucking 90 years old, and he's banging along, you know?
And his zip ties.
Zip ties! I mean, zip ties is the other meaning of life. Toby! You minty fella. Let's say fella's got an old pickup. Rad's half rotten. Cooling system is halfway dinked. Do you agree with a thermostat delete or no? Yeah. If it's not flowing enough to like, because the only reason you don't want to pull a thermostat out of a healthy cooling system because the water will circulate too fast to actually be cooled. But if everything that you're talking about there, man, the thing is all just jacked and the water's got to fight to get through, yeah, yank the thermostat out. Yeah, you probably have the right amount of flow. But then again, it's a Ford you're dealing with, right? A Ford, right?
A Ford.
Just scrap it, man. Scrap it.
Well, they suck, right?
Yeah.
Some people got mad at you for that.
A
couple people took it really seriously.
I was just watching a new video before, and the kids come over and they.
You had to shut it off.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the ungreased version, so it's cleaned up for it's sanitized for advertising consumption. You guys don't know what we're up against with this YouTube thing, right? It's like you got to be careful. You got to be very careful. You know, you have very little thermostats around there. You have to chip away through the ice, so you'll find all your thermostats.
He says, "Thanks, but I have very little thermostats around."
So the thing. So here's let me explain. I'm sorry. And we got a lot of people who try to do YouTube themselves, right? So I'll tell you how it works. All right. So here's the thing. You get there's different levels of advertiser, right? And the different level of advertiser dictates what kind of CPM you get, right? And CPM is the rate that you get paid at. So if you have videos that have like say a lot of cursing, or they got controversial content or whatever it happens to be, you get the lowest tier advertiser. So you'll make like $2, right, on 1,000 views, whatever the hell it is. If you're moderate, you know what I mean, you'll get like the middle tier advertiser, and you'll get like $6, 1,000. If you keep it clean, you don't curse or anything like that, you know what I mean, then you get your CPM goes way high, and you can make ludicrous money with it. So that's one of the things Vice Grip is Zip Ties is dealing with. He's trying to clean the shit up so he can raise his advertising.
He can do it. I have faith in him. He can totally do it. Yeah, we have to screen our own videos for monetization. Mm-hmm. Yep. We have to fill out questionnaires and everything before the video goes up.
And honestly, I'm cool with it. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
People are like,
oh,
censorship, you shouldn't censor. Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you what, there's a lot of kids that watch this stuff. There's a lot of families that watch this. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm cool with that. It's like, I understand. You don't want me cursing. That's fine. That's fine.
Michael says, Tony, back in the early 90s, there was a problem in Top Fuel. All of the cars were blowing their engines during the burnout. Bruce Myers figured it out. Do you remember what the issue was?
Yeah, I do remember. There was a plague of that. And I tell you who the worst was, Norm Wilding, that poor son of a bitch. He blew like 5 motors in a row, right? In burnouts. And it was, I'm trying to remember what the change was. Remember, this is a long time ago now. I'm trying to remember what the change was. There was an evolutionary step that wasn't quite complete yet, and that's when it was shown. If it pops into my head, I'll jump back in there. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember the cause.
Okay, Biggers Media is starting to make videos. I'd love a shout out. Thanks.
Biggers, you got your shout out, baby.
Everybody go check out Biggers Media's channel.
Now.
Go over there.
Now. You need to go there now.
Go there now.
Check out their videos now.
He's got a dart that he just bought.
Does he?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Let's see. Chris Greenaway is saying, Tony, I'm watching the retirement phase with my father. Used to be smart as a whip. Now every year it erodes more and more.
Yep.
Ugh.
Exactly. It's the truth. Your body needs to feel that it's necessary.
Then you have to have a purpose.
You have to have a purpose. If you don't have a purpose, and a purpose is your own personal, individual thing. Everybody has a different
It doesn't
purpose.
have to be a grand purpose.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Right.
You don't have to be trying to save the world or anything.
Right, yeah.
Your purpose could be to just grow the biggest tomato you could possibly find and grow. Okay, and then that purpose becomes something that your body says is important.
Yep.
And because it's important, it does whatever it has to do. It balances hormones or whatever. I don't know how this shit works. All I know is that it does work. Kind of like flipping pistons. Okay, I don't know how it works. It works. Good enough for me. But yeah, then you see that with people who the sharp as a whip. They're right on top of it. They're right on top of the game. And they're like, I'm going to retire, and then they retire and they're fucking dead. I'm almost 60 years old. I see guys my age, and they're like they're hunched over.
You don't have gray hair yet. You just got it in your beard. Like
yeah, it's been about
a year now.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm almost 60 years old. I see guys that are in their 40s and their 50s, and they're just dead. They're the walking dead now. Like how to just fucking lay down and pull the dirt over your face because your party is over. So.
But don't get busy instead. BS Customs. Thank you. $5 for all things fun. Corey, UTG merch store at the new shop, run by Uncle Kathy and Uncle Crystal, and a set time posted for shop tours.
There will be. We're
still going back and forth. I'm running to the shop and I'm filming and I'm still doing video here at the house because all my equipment is mostly still here. Like we haven't even set up completely. Like the offices aren't even set up completely because we make video every day and there's only so much time in the day. And you all right?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like heartburn.
You got heartburn now?
It's the same thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, the shop is still. This is all still evolutionary.
Yeah, this is only our second month.
We're working as best we can.
We're working really hard.
And covering content and doing everything else. So the shop will have set tour hours.
Eventually.
Yeah. It'll have set socialization times.
Yes.
Because people do want to come by and hang out. And I want to meet people and have them come by. We have hundreds of people, thousands of people in just the general Nashville area. They're into cars. And I'd like to meet and see as many of them as possible. But not during the day when I'm trying to get stuff done. You know what I mean? So, remember something, okay? So we film a video, okay? I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? So tomorrow we're going to shoot an update on the Miata, right? So it's going to take us, it'll take us 20 minutes to shoot the video, right?
Depending, today it's a full day.
To shoot the video, right? Yeah. But you got to understand, there's 12 hours, 15 hours of work that went into the bringing us to the point that we could shoot that little video, you know what I mean? And there'll be another 15, 20. Like for instance, on Bottle Rocket's a perfect example, okay? So I got to rebuild the front end, and I got to do we're doing the brake conversion and everything on the front of it, okay? I'm not just going to rip the car apart, slam it back together again. I'm going to take it apart. Everything's going to get cleaned. I'm going to massage whatever parts are there. I got some weight I want to take off the lower control arms. All little things. The brakes, the drums, I'm going to have them turned and have the outer lip, because there's like a splash guard for like water, and I'm going to have that cut off. So by the time I do all of this stuff, you're talking about dozens of hours worth of like tweaking and fiddling and finessing and so on and so forth. And it's like all of this takes time. This all has to be done in addition to making the videos.
Chris. Tony, also you're very lucky in the fact you got to work for what you wanted. I'm working factory work and sometimes wish I didn't wake up for the mindless repetition, 21 and feel like shit.
Look, I am not lucky, okay? There is no luck involved, right? I worked my ass off to stay independent, you know what I mean? I've never had a job.
It's hard to
I've
be
never had a job that
independent.
lasted more than a month or two, you know what I mean? I'm not employable, period, the end. I am
Me
not
neither.
employable.
I'm not employable either.
So, but there's absolutely zero luck involved in this. I got tossed out of school when I was 16 years old. And from that minute, I hit the ground running, and I haven't stopped since, right? And I'm not going to stop until 3 or 4 days after I'm dead. You could ask, how many days off? How many actual days off am I?
We don't take days off.
No.
We haven't been on vacation in like 20 years.
Yeah, it's 20 years. It's probably like the 80s. Okay, because it's like I wouldn't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's like, does that make any sense? So no, Chris. There's zero luck involved in this. I worked for it.
You need a lot of intestinal fortitude.
You need a lot of intestinal fortitude. If you seriously want to do it, you can do it too. I have done nothing that anybody that wants to can't do. You know what I mean? So you just gotta want to badly enough.
Or your back needs to be against the wall badly enough.
Yeah.
That'll make you move.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is, I fear having a job more than I fear death, and that is absolutely. And I don't care what the job is. You can say, "Oh, here's $1 million a year." You know what I mean? And it's like, no, just no. There's just absolutely no. I'm not taking orders from anybody. Period. The end. That ain't gonna happen. So you know what I mean? It's like.
Yep. Let's see. My friend Igor in Brighton Beach said he knew you.
Igor? Holy shit. Oh man, I got Igor stories, but not now.
I don't think you could tell those.
I couldn't tell them.
No.
Yeah.
Cappuccino Plastic. Does he live in Brighton Beach?
I guess.
Well, how many Igors do you know?
Brighton Beach. And he's a Jew, Brighton Beach. Igor. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Like, knew you from a long time ago. A very long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Beefy wants to know, can you do another Ford Sex video or a junkyard walk around? It was interesting.
We were going to do a junkyard walk around.
There wasn't much in there, though.
There wasn't, yeah.
There wasn't much there.
But if we do come across a cool junkyard with a lot of good stuff in it, yeah, absolutely.
There's one near us, but we can't go to it because the owner is crazy. Let's see. You need an IV coffee. He says, Copper Cutlass says you've done a lot, but has working for yourself allowed you to do everything you wanted?
Working for myself has allowed me to do, and I know this is going to sound crazy to a lot of people, a lot of younger guys, okay, because you're still like fighting, okay, you're still battling, right? I have done everything I ever wanted to the point of not wanting to do it anymore, okay, like of boredom, you know what I mean? It's just like going to the track, okay? People are like, oh, I want to go to the track, I want to go race my car. To me, it's a drudgery. I don't want to go to the fucking track. I spent so many years doing nothing but go to fucking track. If I never see another drag strip for the rest of my life, it literally is too soon. I like working on cars. I like building cars. I like creating things. But I just
that's why people are getting on you about not taking the cars out.
Yeah.
It's because you raced for years and years and years every single day.
I have no desire to do it anymore.
Like, right? You would go to the track and because you would get the track rentals and you would just race. You were the only one there, just race for how many hours?
And then
by yourself?
And then go street race at night.
And then go street race at night.
And then go play with fuel cars on the weekends. It was like it never stopped. It's all I did. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, literally, okay, like, I'm not exaggerating. A lot of guys will say, they'll go to the track and if they get like 6 passes in, they did really good. They feel good. There were days, if you go back to when I was like really active, there were days I would get 300 or 400 passes in a day because we'd be at the track. We'd have the track to ourselves. With magazines, they used to give us track time. So I would have my car, magazine drag test cars. Other people, like friends and shit like that, would come to the test and tune sessions. And I would do nothing all day long except point the car at the finish line and go, and get out of this car and get into that car, and get out of this car and get into that car. I mean, there was one day I had my Mustang out there. We were shooting Corvettes. I drove I made 3 or 4 passes in an AC Cobra, a 427 AC Cobra, and then I made a bunch of passes in a 427, 435 Vet, and then back into my Mustang. And then, but this is what I did every day. This was my life, right? And then at night, after we're done with that, I would go home, I would eat dinner, I'd rub the top of my kids' heads, and then I would go street racing. And then I wouldn't be home until the sun came up. And then I'd wake up and then go back and race some more. And this was my routine every day. This is what I did for a living.
Yep. So that's why you really don't want to go to the track.
So I tell people, I just had this conversation. I says, to me, in a perfect world, like an absolute perfect world, I would be in my shop and I'd be making stuff, building stuff, whatever it is, like playing and you know, grinding and finding that little thing, right? And I would hand the car off to somebody and say, take this into the world and do something with it. And they would text me like a week later and say, the car ran, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, great, did you do this? Did you do that? And they'll say, do you want to see a video of it? And I'll say, no, I don't want to see a video of it. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Just tell me what the car did and I'll tell you what to do to make it better. And then I would go back into my shop, into my little hovel and create some more stuff to send out into the world. That would be my perfect existence. You know, these people that are on my case, why are you taking the car to the track? You know what? Eat a dick. I'll take the car to the track when I get to the car to the track.
So you burned out.
I didn't burn out.
You did burn out with the fuel stuff.
I burned out on the nitro.
Yeah, on the nitro.
That was too much. That was like 12, 15 years of total insanity. It was like fucking crazy, okay? Because I was dealing with crazy people.
Can't even explain how crazy.
Crazy. I mean, she's my witness, right?
Yeah.
I was dealing with the cream of the crazy crop, okay? So, you know, bunch of years of that, right? And, you know,
I mean, Spence.
Yeah. And we were doing everything the hard way. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we were trying to run national events with no budget. And then we were running these match races in the middle of absolutely through cornfields, you know what I mean? With no sponsors, through like on gravel drag strips. It was like, you have no idea how insane it was for a long time. So it's like, that I burned out on. The car, but it's just, after a while, it's just, you know, I get nothing out of going fast. It doesn't do anything for me. People are like, oh, you want to go fast? But no, not me. I could care less about going fast. Just like the autocross thing. I want that Miata to be just the most amazing autocross thing. And tomorrow I'm going to do a video and I'm going to amaze a lot of people with the shit that I got going on with the car. But I want to take it out on a nice sunny Sunday afternoon and just go, and then I want to hand it to somebody who knows how to autocross and say, take this thing to an autocross track and go make smoke, and then they'll go make smoke. You see what I'm saying? And then I go work on my stuff. I go back to my little hovel and grind on things and drill some holes. You see, that's what makes me happy.
Yeah. I'm a great believer in luck, and the harder I work, the more I seem to have it. Yeah. The
definition of luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, opportunities come along every day in every shape and every form. And if you're prepared to meet those opportunities, you know, with an open mind, then you'll have all the luck you'll ever need.
Let's see. For some reason, I'm picturing a can of cream corn with crazy on the label.
I dealt with crazy. I mean, certifiable crazy.
Vince wants to know, did you get out of fuel stuff before big money came in like Force? It was like right there, right?
Force. Well, okay. We all started in the same grouping. Okay, so at the time that I got involved in it, as I started when I went from like being a helper to like a mechanic, just to, you know, not before I started diving or doing anything crazy like that, but I was just like learning the ropes of all of it. Force still had the Wendy's sponsorship, the hot and juicy Corvette, and he was just one of us. Like he was a leaguer, you know what I mean? He ran the match race circuit, right? Anytime he was on the East Coast, he'd be in the same ballpark as us. And then he stepped up, you know what I mean? And he teamed up with Austin Coyle, and the rest is history. And God bless, that guy's done fantastic for himself. But I was in it just as it went from the cool part, like you know what I mean? Like drag racing, the way we think of, like, you know, drag racing, like, you know, I straddled the Wild Billy Borsch Jungle Gym era and the John Force, you know, Kitty Bernstein, right? I straddled that thing in between.
Tony, you're back.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, so the big money went to forcing others for whatever reason.
Well, no, it's you had two different types of people who were in drag racing at the time. Okay, and this is not that evolutionary period. The 1980s is really what it was. You had people who were in it because they were hot rodders, you know, and we did it because it was the biggest thing you can do, right? Was blow nitro, okay? And then you had other people who saw it as a business, right? The people who saw it as a business attracted the sponsorships. Like, and again, see, here's my witness, right? I had offers to go work on teams, right? You know, I'm not going to mention the teams. I had offers to work on the teams, but I would have to wear a crew uniform. I'd have to wear a crew shirt, one that had the corporate logo on it, and I refused to do that.
That's true.
Here's my witness. Here, come over here.
That's true.
Come over here.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
there you go. Right? I had offers.
That's true.
I wouldn't take them
Mm-hmm.
because I will not wear somebody's corporate shirt. You know what I mean? If I go to the drag strip, I don't care if it's in a completely pure stock, you know, Toyota Camry, right, or a double A fuel drag strip. I am not wearing somebody's fucking logo. It ain't gonna happen. I'm going there.
You wear your own.
I wear my own, right? Right. If I have a friend, I'll wear theirs. Okay, but I will not wear a corporate deal. It ain't gonna happen. So because of that, I stayed in the let's call it the leaker ranks, and I was completely happy there because I was as crazy as the people that I was surrounded by. And we had, you know, look, I tell you what, I got better stories than you do, right? That's really what it comes down to.
That is true. Yeah, I remember the conversation of you saying, "I don't want to wear the shirt."
Yeah.
I remember it, and I was like, "You're not going to do what you love because you don't want to put on a shirt," and you're like, "Yep."
Because that's not what I want.
You love racing. You love nitro.
Yes.
You love nitro racing. You love nitro tuning. You love that.
Yes.
You love that.
Yes.
And it came down to you not wanting to wear a shirt with a collar and buttons and a logo.
I was not going to wear somebody's logo.
Right.
It's that simple. I wasn't out there to represent a corporation. I was out there to represent myself.
I know that. But I'm just saying that's the truth. That's the conversation we had. I remember it.
I'm
very
funny.
Well.
In a lot of ways, I'm funny. I have no price, right? Money doesn't mean anything to me. I have no price. So you can't sway me to do something or go in a direction or do something for money. It just ain't gonna happen. There aren't that many zeros. So, and that's if it's something that I love, okay? I'm not talking about like something that's trivial that I don't care about, right? But like, for instance, with this YouTube channel, I care about this YouTube channel. There is no amount of money, right, that could sway me to do anything that I wouldn't do normally, right? And with drag racing, I saw it. I'm a hot rodder. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a business person, right? So I am not going to put on the...
No, you're not a business person.
Right. I'm not going to put on the trappings of a business person and pretend to be a business person when I am just shithead Tony from New York with a torque wrench and a desire to burn nitro. See, does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense to people, but it made enough sense to me, and I have no regrets. I had fun.
Biggers Media, thank you. You remember the Rod Shop guys from Ohio, right?
Sure do.
Well, we're behind now. Let's see. Donna Wendy English asked a question. If I can find it. I'm looking for it. Here. Okay. 62 Valiant, key turns but no start. Kickstarter, relay, and fires right up. What went bad?
The yellow wire on the relay, the bad connection, someplace between the switch and the relay.
Tony doesn't want to rent his back to X-Lax on Sundays.
No, man, I am not for sale. I'm not for sale. I'm not for rent.
Let's see. So you don't want to look like a Castrol model.
I'm trying not to.
Made Muscle says, good choice. Some companies ruin racing. If you're not big time sponsors, you won't compete nowadays.
That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. You know, the people I was the people I was surrounded by that I looked up to were all completely independent. You know, I mean, Arnie Swenson and just, you know, they were. I didn't want to go corporate. The offers were there, though. The offers were there.
I'm about to drive my 1975 C10-4 home. It has a small block 350 and 3 in the tree tranny. Any tips?
Put gas in it? I don't know, man. What kind of tips?
TV Speed Shop, what's up? UTG phone hotline, $3.99 a minute was worth every penny. Business plan.
Did it work? Did that fix your problem?
Oh, funny. Let's see. Let's see. Who remembers the madman from Michigan V8 drag bike?
EJ Potter.
Zero says, my last sponsor is Bionic Records on Cypress, California. Best record store. I get shirts and stickers.
Quick, send him shirts and stickers.
I know, we didn't give away the stickers tonight because you got sick.
He has to put stickers, he has to put our stickers over the Bionic Record stickers. Send him stuff.
All right, we're going to send him stuff. I know.
He won.
We're going to send them shirts and everything.
Yeah, we got new shirts coming this year.
Let's see. Went from every man to corporate corruption.
Who did?
I think he's talking about the
drag racing.
drag racing. Let's see.
She's a runner? Okay, so it worked. Excellent.
I haven't seen you do any sponsorship stuff. Is that something you won't do as well?
I won't do any sponsorship stuff. I mean, I will take, okay, so I won't take anything that would sway my, that's what I'm looking for. I won't take anything that would sway my or limit my ability to call a spade, right? So I won't take I would never take Holly, okay? And you know, I love Holly. I have Holly stuff all over the place, right? But I won't take Holly because Holly pushes the EFI thing, right? So if you want to be sponsored by Holly, you have to push the product that they want. So I will not take that. So it's pretty much the same with every manufacturer, right? And I don't ask for free parts. I pay for my parts. Even when they're offered to me free, I pay for them, right? Because I don't want to be beholden to a company.
You were offered a welder, but you went and bought one today.
Yeah. A representative was going to hook me up with Lincoln stuff, right? Anything I wanted. No, I won't take it.
Which is very nice of them.
Very nice of them, and I appreciate that, right?
Yeah, we do.
But that means that I have to say good things about Lincoln welders, and I can't say good things about other people's welders, so I won't take that. On the other hand, if, like, let's say a soft drink or I don't know, an oil or a shoe manufacturer, shirts, whatever the hell it is, right? I don't know. If it doesn't have to do directly with the editorial content that we put out, then I'll take sponsors.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing, but let's see. They're talking about Sniper. I don't know if they're talking to you.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Oh, okay. It keeps jumping on me. You won't take anything that will compromise your reputation for candor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No. Makes things harder, but no, there's nothing wrong with it. We have to work harder to do what other people do, right? In a way.
Yes and no. Yes and no. It makes it easy for me to be me.
Right, that's true.
Right? So, you know, because it's like if you meet me, you know what I mean? You come to the shop or we meet someplace at the shop, you know what? I'm exactly the same person, and I think exactly the same thing there as I would say here. And by not aligning myself with corporate interests, where I have to maintain a certain image, or I have to maintain a certain line, or I have to, then I can't be me. And then what's the point? I'll do something else.
Right. We could raise chickens.
I go raise chickens.
No, the Pepsi wasn't. We have no product placement. The Pepsi was not a product placement. No.
No.
We actually just
See, that's exactly
holding
the point.
a can of Pepsi.
You just hit it right on the head. Okay. Look, if I feel like drinking a goddamn Pepsi, I'm going to drink a Pepsi, and I'm not going to hide it for anybody. I'm not going to blur out the, you know what I mean, because I'm not sponsored by them. Right now, if I want to drink a Pepsi, I'll drink a Pepsi. And if I want to drink a Coke, I'm too white to drink a Coke. But if I was going to drink a Coke, I'm not going to blur that out either. So.
Why are they calling you Dagwood Bumpstick?
I have no idea.
Let's see. New York. I would actually like to see you raise a racing chicken.
I like chickens.
They're cool. Yes, mitten made muscle, that's right. Never sell your soul, it's not returnable.
Sure.
Yep. But it's like that with everything. It's like that, not just with cars stuff. It's like that with everything. Let's see. He says, I'm just playing around. That was classic though at the junkyard, placed on the fender.
I think there was a Mountain Dew on the fender too, but that wasn't mine.
No, there's somebody's Sprite that they left there, yeah. Here's a question.
Everybody stopped at the Ford to leave and drink.
Yeah. Do you go to SEMA? Would you if invited?
No and no.
No and no.
No and no. And I actually happen to be friends with the president of SEMA. No, Jamie, I'm not coming to your show. Eat a dick, Jamie.
Tony.
What?
Why would you tell him that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Would you say that to your friends?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh. Camel syrup sponsor. Think of the savings.
But I smoke bugler. So after I told you that thing with the starter, right? And you went and you tried it, did you hit yourself in the head?
Why did he hit himself in the head?
Because he was trying to start this car. He's standing outside the car, turning the keys, going, oh, whack.
Like a Chevy.
Pump the
Trying to
gas.
start it like a Chevy?
Pump the gas. Whoa.
Yeah, you gotta pump the gas.
Even she knows that.
Well, yeah, I drive him every day. Oh, okay. A really funny slam of the month article Tony supposedly wrote was Dagwood Bumpstick about a blown yellow Camaro, sort of. Is still floating around the internet. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Oh, slam of the month.
Slam of the month.
You won't do that anymore.
I've never even heard of it.
You never heard of
I've
it?
never even heard of it. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Let's see. Oh. No more Harbor Freight welder, Uncle Tony?
You said Tom?
You could, I guess. Why not?
So Fluxy died this morning,
Yeah.
right? I got to the shop. I think it was still dark out. And I wanted it. No, it was after that. But anyway, I got to the shop and I went to go weld a piece on the Miata and pulled the trigger. Tick, 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 nothing, right? Took it apart best I could. Couldn't find anything. Fluxy's dead. 4+ years. I can't tell you how many hundreds of pounds of wire I fed through that thing. She died this morning. So I got another one. I replaced it with exactly the same one.
No, not Fluxy.
Yeah, Fluxy's dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Fluxy. Yep. Yep, we got one this morning. And we paid full price.
Full price plus tax.
Plus tax. Poor Fluxy. I know. I know. It was sad, right? You really tried to fix it.
I was hurt.
Yeah.
You don't know how much metal I melted with that damn thing. It was, I mean, but I replaced it with the identical one. I'll keep Fluxy around for parts.
Right. Fluxy too. Oh yeah. How long will Harbor Freight Welder last? One slag hammer.
No, bro.
No.
That thing has been through the war. We shot she reminded me today, we shot our very first YouTube video with Fluxy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, the first one was the one we were eating and the dogs were trying to get you food. The second video. It was the real first video that we did.
The real first video we did was
Yeah.
was Fluxy. She was new then.
Are you harvesting Fluxy?
Yes. I can't just toss it after everything we've been through.
You're loyal to your machinery.
I was hurt. I'm telling you. You don't understand
sorry.
that you get attached to things.
I know you do. Like your micrometer.
Like my micrometer.
Yeah. I know. Sledgehammer and Moyada are saddened by the loss, but remember her for every tack weld on them.
The slag hammer ate 22 pounds of wire. The Miata is probably 8 pounds.
Let's see. JR says there are a ton of old articles still kicking around, along with the rumor the real Uncle Tony was shot dead in a beer joint in Queens 30 years ago. Gotta love the internet. Tony started that rumor.
I had to disappear. It was like I was
Tony started that rumor 30 years ago.
I had to disappear. It was like it had run its course, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And it just people kept like, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? So I'm dead. It's just.
He told his friends to tell people that story, and they believed him.
Yeah,
they believed
him.
him.
If anybody asks about me, just tell them I was shot into a little bar in Queens. And
they did.
And that was it, right? And I just went off and I started my new life, whatever it was that I was doing at that point. And then that was the rumor. I know I'm fine with that. It's great. I'm dead. And just move forward. And you know something? YouTube will eventually run its course. I'm going to sit here one day and I'm going to say, I don't feel like doing this anymore. And I'll just go do something else. And it'll be that fast because that's how I've always done it,
Yep. Oh, no, Wayne. We're not doing that. Wait a week, then bring back the old welder with your renew receipt. That's terrible.
No. I got my money's worth out of that thing. I'm more than happy to pay for another one.
You've had that one for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Olive wants to know how much of that poundage was swept off the floor.
Probably a good 2 pounds.
Let's see.
It's a little while.
Let's see. Fluxy. A new Pixar movie. We can make that.
We could.
Yeah.
It would be sad though.
It was sad.
I don't want to watch anything sad.
Like Bambi. Good night, Douglas. Will YouTube go the way of Photo Bucket? Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. When do you need welding gas?
I never do. I don't need welding gas. When he needs something aluminum done, I bring it to my buddy Chuck Yoder. He's over in Joliet. When I need something precision done, Mount Juliet.
Oh, Mount Juliet.
Yeah.
You said Joliet.
Mount Juliet, right. If I need, like for instance, I gotta have the dry shaft on the Miata. I'm not gonna do it myself. I give it over to Chuck. Chuck's an excellent welder. He's got the best of equipment. It's so much cheaper and easier for me to say, here's $100, Chuck. Make me a fucking nice dry shaft, right? Than it is for me to actually do all the things I would need to do that. So, for my purposes, the flux core is perfect. It's okay. Let's put it this way. People are like, you gotta get this, you gotta get that, you gotta get the other. Look, I can gas weld like a fucking artist. She'll tell you. I mean, gas welding is my thing. Okay, I can make right. The flux core, it's all sloppy, but that's fine because for what I use it for my purposes, it's the only thing I need. I'll go one step further. So let me make this clear because people always talk in the comments. The only welder I would ever consider for my own use is a 120 volt plug-in flux core welder because I never want to deal with having to fill a tank. I never want to have to deal with finding a 220 outlet, right? No, for me, I'll say this slowly, for me, the only welder I would ever consider for myself is a 125 flux core welder, period, the end.
Wood metal garage. Tony, you're going to split the exhaust on the Miata and install an X pipe.
No, completely pointless on a Swing 6. The stock exhaust manifold has beautiful individual runners. It has a beautifully melded, center dump. Okay, and if you clean it up, you get two and a half inch opening there, no problem. You utterly and completely pointless to split the manifold on a Swing 6. Long tube headers are a different story. Long tube headers that's a whole different animal. But for just like they sell these Dutra-doodles, whatever, pointless, stupid, pointless. You can't put enough atmosphere through the engine to actually make something that work efficiently.
We definitely need a Flexi t-shirt now. That would be sad. Or Flexi in her heyday.
We should do a Flexi tribute video.
We could.
All of the times we used Flexi.
We could. But people get mad at us when we do funny things. Michael wants to know, any way to fix a small block Chevy oil pan so the drain plug keeps leaking other than just replacing the pan?
You gotta have a crack in there. I don't know. Oil pans are really hard to weld. I mean, really, when they're on the car. Because as soon as heat gets to it, the oil gets in there and it jacks everything up. You can't get a good weld on it. I don't know. I wish I could give you a quick, easy answer for that, but I can't.
Yeah. What's going on, Zero? Moderators assemble.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. What happened, Zero?
Are we in trouble?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm reading. Hang on. Dee Dee says bottles in 220 are a pain. I'm a slave to it.
They are, man. But look, I've done that, right? But here's the thing, okay? All right, so, Uncle Kathy calls me. Tony, the leg on the thing cracked, right? And I'd be like, oh, okay. And I go grab my fucking welder and I bring it in here. And actually, I've done that. I've never done that. I've welded furniture in here.
Not in the house. No, the backyard. The patio stuff,
where it happens to be, right? Oh, yeah.
There was a patio table.
Leg on a barbecue snaps or whatever it happens to be. I go grab my welder, I plug it in, and I'm done. Right? And I go put my welder back. And then my friend calls me up and he says, I broke a bolt in my thing. Can you weld with that? Yeah, I'll be right there. And I throw my welder in the back of the car and I drive there and I plug it in and I go, and it's done. See, to me, that's much more important and much more valuable than having a pretty fucking weld. You know what I'm saying?
Jason says, thanks for the signed stickers, Uncle Tony. Your signature is on my Mopar wall. Is there a way to eliminate steering wheel play by any adjustment on Mopar steering wheel box?
You can adjust. You can get minor adjustment of play out of it, right? But you can't if the box is really sloppy. No. It just means that the bushing inside is warm. Can only go so low with the adjustment.
They're designing Flexi t-shirts.
Then Flexi sitting a little curl of smoke coming out of it.
Aww. Tony's really upset by it.
No, I was really upset this morning. You don't know. Flexi was like a pet. I mean, seriously, the most reliable, dependable thing I think I've ever. And I've had a bunch of those welders, but that particular one, just kept going and 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 never gave me a lick of trouble. And you get very in tune with your the stuff that you work with, and that one was just perfect.
Hipsters and Hippies says, I just watched a video where a guy tried to defend using slapper bars on a Mopar, as long as it's an open diff and not a short grip. He's something in the water that makes everybody stupider now. Yes.
I hope the giant asteroid hits him right in the fucking head.
Tony, that's not nice. Kids are watching.
Oh, sorry, kids.
Kids are watching.
Sorry,
Families
kids. They're
are
not
watching.
now. It's late.
Well, maybe. Let's see. Uncle Tony for president. Uncle Tony's in the mechanic protection program. No.
So what did zero?
I don't know. No, I guess it's okay. It's okay. We need UT after dark. What kids? I don't know. Some kids stay up late. Tony, you need to roll up your windows.
Roll up your windows.
How you feeling, Tony?
Still not perfect, but much better.
Better? Okay, good. Good. Thanks for that, Tony. My kid's laughing his ass off.
What did I do?
You're cursing now, and there might be kids watching. Oh, Mopar kids. That's right. There's Mopar kids out there. Oh. Here you go. Thank you, Fubar. Let's see. Christopher. Weren't you the first person to put a TPI in the 11s? Can you talk about that?
No, I put one in the 13s. Then they put one in the 11s. No. Yeah, I was the first person to put a TPI in the 13s. Back when that was a good thing to do. You know what I mean? And then evolution took off fast from there. But at that point, I had moved on to the nitro thing.
Can you talk to Michael about your T-shirts?
Oh, what do you want to talk about, Michael?
He wants me to go get you another T-shirt in a larger size.
Oh, no. Okay.
Tony's very particular about his T-shirts.
I've said this 1,000 times. I find a loose-fitting shirt to be extremely irritating. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a skin thing that I have. I couldn't tell you exactly because I've never been in anybody else's body, so I can't tell you how their body fucking works. But if I wear a shirt that's loose on my upper body and as I'm moving around, it feels like there's like a hair or something. I always feel like I got an itch at it. But when I wear a shirt that fits snugly up here, like in the shoulders and the armpits and everything, I don't feel it. And so I'm comfortable like this.
So what he really needs to say is that you might need to lose a couple pounds.
I may need to lose a couple pounds, yes.
But you're not wearing loose-fitting T-shirts.
No.
He used to make me go to the store to try and find a brand of T-shirt that he would wear.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. I would buy a brand, I'd come back, I'd be like, try this one on. He's like, no, take that back. Yeah. That was a continuous thing. He has a quirk about T-shirts.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think I've ever looked in a mirror. I don't think I've ever really even seen myself until I started making YouTube videos. And all of a sudden, I know what I look like. Does that make any sense? I'm not one of those vanity people. I just don't give a fuck what it looks like. Excuse my French, little kids who might be watching this.
They're watching, Tony. With Metal Garage says, yeah, I posted videos of my grandson wearing his UTG hat. He thinks he's cool. Awesome. He is cool.
He's very cool.
Let's see. Oh, good, Don. You got your UTG hat. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay. Matthew. Tony, ever since you told me to block the exhaust heat and add a space, my 305 can finally get to 5,000 RPMs. Thank you. I'm also getting an LA 318 after my next paycheck.
Thanks. I'm glad it worked out for you.
Awesome. Are UTG t-shirts 100% cotton? Yes, they are.
They're 100% material.
No, they're cotton. They're 100% cotton. They are. Let's see. Yeah, I'm picky with shirts too. Obviously, she's picky. I've always got either close V-neck tops or freaking huge men's t-shirts.
Yeah, see, that's it, right? Okay, what you just said, right? It's the truth, because I can wear like Hawaiian shirts, right? And they're fine.
You used to wear Hawaiian shirts all the time. Yeah. Right? You used to wear them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if I wore one yesterday.
Yeah, we went to a party.
Went to a party yesterday, wore a Hawaiian shirt. And that's comfortable for me, right? Because it's so loose. But yeah, it's that middle ground. It's between like this is skin tight and this is comfortable, and that's comfortable. But that in between, I can't.
Let's see. Abe wants to know, UT, will you be visiting the West Coast anytime soon?
Nah, probably
West
not.
West Coast, no.
Okay.
Probably not. It's a haul for us.
Yeah.
We're pretty far, and Tony don't fly, so
yeah.
Probably not. Is it okay to post a link to my hand-build journal?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Please, Dave. In fact, you're encouraged to. I say this all the time. Anybody who comes to who's on our channel over here, if you have something that you want to show people, something that you're proud of, something you're trying to promote or whatever, please, this is the forum that I want you to do it on.
Well, Tony, when are you going to make a full back hat mesh? They want mesh hats.
Yeah, it's just too complicated. It's a hat. We throw a hat out there.
Yeah, people are picky about their hats the way you are about your t-shirts.
Well, then buy a hat from Mike Icegrip. He has them like that.
They want UTG Hawaiian shirts. Okay, John Wilburn wants to know, are we going to hook At Zero up with a hot small block?
I would love to.
He's so far away. How will we get there?
John doesn't care.
John will travel.
John will drive. He doesn't give a shit. He'll just go.
He'll make a new sign and put it on the back of his U-Haul.
John, I tell you what, John. I have a core motor. I have that core that's over at the shop. I would. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. My kids aren't watching. In fact, those little jerks are probably finding a brand new thing for me to fix later.
So how does this sound, John? How does this sound? Okay. What if we were to put an engine together for Zero? Okay, we'll do it as a collaboration with our channel.
He says,
okay, our channel.
Let's do it. We can make it happen.
Listen to me, right, John? Listen to me. You and I will collaborate, right? We'll build a 318 for Zero, right? And in return, Zero has to have a dyno. You want to do that? Zero, you down with that?
Let's see.
We've been down this road before.
Yeah. Harry says, I would seriously be so stoked on that. We were just working on his 318. See what they say.
We gotta get something for FUBAR because
Mhm.
Zero gets everything.
Right.
Jeff? We need something for FUBAR.
What do you need, FUBAR?
FUBAR, what do you want? FUBAR, you name it. What do you want, my brother?
Zero says, okay, you guys are the best.
Where's FUBAR?
I don't know. FUBAR, where are you? We gotta get FUBAR something. You know what? FUBAR's the quiet one.
FUBAR is
But
the
he's
quiet
the
one.
axe.
He is the axe, and I feel bad because he seems to be left out of the loop often. And
Because he's the quiet one.
FUBAR, where are you, my brother?
Maybe he went to sleep. We're gonna take care of FUBAR. FUBAR is in the next town over from me. Is he, Jason T?
There he is. He is a cheap car.
Build for my daughter. I'll buy it. Pennsylvania.
Oh, jeez. What kind of car you need, FUBAR?
A cheap car to build. What about you have that Valiant?
I would give him that car.
Yeah, you have that Valiant.
I don't know if he wants it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, how old's your daughter and what kind of car does she want? He's in Elizabethtown. Okay.
And Jason T is in Mount Joy. I want to get FUBAR something.
Well, we probably have better shelves down here than he's got in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but does he want a 4-door Valiant?
Yeah, probably not. What kind of car is she looking for, FUBAR? Slant Miata, what else? She wants a Slant Miata. Funny. You can send that up there. I don't know, he's not answering yet. Zero says, I'm so stoked. Wow. Oh, he's looking for a dart.
Brother man, listen. Text me tomorrow. I have a Valiant. I have a 71 Valiant. If you want it, it's yours. But you're gonna have to come and get it because I can't. It's like if you're interested in it, text me tomorrow and I'll send you pictures of anything you want to see on it, and it's yours. But I don't know if it's worth making the trip down here for. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
I think I saw some darts. I saw a cheap dart on Marketplace in our area. Let's see.
A Mini Cooper with a slant. I love Mini Coopers. The real Mini Coopers, not the.
FUBAR, send me an email if you don't have Tony's number. Does he have your number?
I don't know if he's got my number.
Send me an email. Let's see. Looking at a scamp. What's your opinion?
I think that you're looking at one.
Scamps are good.
Yeah. My opinion is good.
Email. Yeah, okay. FUBAR, just send me an email and I'll send you Tony's number.
Yeah.
Uncle Tony's Garage at gmail.com. Let's see. Scamps are a fave of mine, Olive says. Dickie Farley gave us all the likes. Look. Thank you, Dickie Farley. What kind of shape does he want it in? Yeah, he's going to have to talk to you about it.
He's going to have to, yeah.
Yeah. What's the starting point?
It might be more than he wants to deal with.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's a parts car compared to what you find up there in Pennsylvania. It's probably a really good car. Like it's solid underneath, but it's rough in every other way. You know what I'm saying?
340 Dusters rule. Tony, I have a 340. I want a stroke to 416. I have a set of new cast iron 202 Magnum RT heads I want to use. I also have a couple sets of X heads too. Which set would flow better?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know which is going to. I mean, the X heads are too. So you're talking about the heads that have the same valve sizes. The Magnum head. Magnum head is closed chamber. So you build a quench motor. So you build a zero deck deal, quench it, right? You probably so don't worry about flow. But I would go with probably the Magnum heads.
Oh, it's jumping around on me. Hang on. Joshua wants to know, how much horsepower do you think you can get out of the hot 170 for the Mazda?
Probably right around 200.
Hi, I'm Mike Johnson. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
The GTX series has been great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll be updating that in a few days.
Did he get his parts in?
No, his parts are back ordered for everything right now.
I see a lot of people complaining about it.
Yeah, getting parts right now is a problem.
Razor Tattoo says, I build hot rod VW Beetles, air cooled. I'm definitely an amateur. Love your channel.
Excellent. Keep at it, my brother.
Made muscle. Any thoughts on doing a 340 build?
No. There's nothing you can't do with a 318, with a 340, 318, and I prefer to stick with 318s because it's so accessible to everybody. You can still get those motors for free or $100, or you can still find cores in the junkyards. So everybody else and their mother does 340s, and I would rather stick with the 318s. Same thing with the 360s. Nothing wrong with 360. I like 360s, but the 318 is just so much more common, so much more attainable, and so that's why I stick with those.
Dan Smith, thank you. You and Uncle Kathy are the coolest. I asked a few weeks ago about quadrujump mile per gallon, and you said to watch on Wednesday, right? Any advice for the 454 efficiency?
Well, you see, I said Wednesday night because Dallas, we do the Wednesday night tech talk with Dallas, and he does Q-jets. Q-jets are his thing. So, he's got one he sells specifically for towing, right? So he's the guy you want to ask for the specifics on getting the most out of a Q-jet for that.
Okay.
Wednesday night, 7:00 Central Time, and we're on usually for a couple of hours. So yeah, dive in there, Dan, and thank you for the $5.
Thank you, Michael Patterson. Appreciate that. Have a good night.
Good night, Mike.
Good night, Ryan S. He's got to stalk the internet for sea bodies.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna call it a night too.
How you feel?
Still not right.
Still not.
Yeah.
But better?
Am I sweating? No.
No. You're okay. All right. Tony feels better. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. All right. So, John, we'll talk tomorrow. Give me a call tomorrow.
Yeah, Fubar, send us your, just send me an email. I'll give you Tony's number.
Yeah, we'll talk about doing a 318 and sending it out to the West Coast. That could be fun. So.
John's going to drive to California.
I'm not.
He's got to take the car to Fubar first. He has to come down, get the motor and a car. So he's going to go to Pennsylvania first and then shoot over to California.
I'm tired just thinking about that.
I think he would do it, though.
All right, so.
He says he got it.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, and thank you for tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Right, yeah. UncleTony'sGarage.com for merch, right? We got a new shirt, right?
Uh-huh.
We got a new shirt there.
Yeah, it'll be shipped first week of June, most likely, if all goes well. First week of June. Yeah. So they're pre-order right now.
Well, Zero, Ari, John, thank you. And
thank you,
everybody
everybody.
Super Chat, thank you so much. Everybody who put up with my. I think I got food poisoning. I'm telling you, I got a minor case of food poisoning. It's got to keep rocking. So,
R.I.P. Fluxy, yes.
yes.
R.I.P. Fluxy.
Domino's, no biscuits. All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Wednesday night. Dallas's Wednesday Night Tech Talk Live. Good night.
Good night, everyone.